Hey, hello friend, and welcome back once again to Decisive Campaigns, Ardennes Offensive, with another bonus episode brought to you by my Patreon supporter, Pumnoral. Let's continue where we left off. I guess I'm gonna start up in the north this time. Alright, so probably pretty useful trying to get rid of these. Well, actually, I want to eliminate this artillery, so let's just see how much I can put to bear on them. Probably the best choice here. Bam, okay, that's pretty good. Because I need to break through to these guys before they can break out again. Like, I get that they have the 1st Infantry Division up here now, but okay, barely made it. I don't know where the other guys retreated there. Well, I'm gonna attack again, obviously. Oh, really? I'm just so confused sometimes as to when I can attack. Like, I have 35. Why can I not attack? Well, let's do this. Come on. Alright, whew. Really wanted to get those guys out of the way. Let's move you back in there. Quite tricky, this, nonetheless. They're very poor on supply, but the situation here is difficult to say the least anyhow. Now, even with that, I would still like to clear this out. The tricky part is I technically don't know what's here. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, so a good attack. Now these guys should be pretty weak by this point. Yeah. Broken. (96A). Where is that? These guys? Jesus. $145. Well, it's probably because they have the road there. I have a new unit up there, but I want to snag these units of the 78th Infantry Division here. Nice thing about doing this is that they'll be disrupted more. So I hope they'll be less likely to attack into me. But can't attack like that. Ultimately, there'd be 4 units attacking them. These guys are almost depleted. I know it sounds silly attacking with these, but I think they should be able to beat them this way. Three on one, eh? It's also interesting that they stayed there. Yeah, I kind of actually need to move these down. I mean, they're part of 12th Panzerjäger. Whereas with this... The enemies are just straight up stuck. We also know that they are still down there, but I cannot see them, unfortunately. Let's see if putting some recon on them helps. Yeah, it does. No return fire expected. Yeah. Well, let's just wait on that. That didn't do much. Except, again, causing some disruption. Now, the thing that needs to go down the most, I suppose, is these. Since they're part of Leibstandarte. Do I? Yeah, it's fine. So they have artillery and combat engineers from the first. Interesting thing about those combat engineers, well, basically the first has to be spread out around a significant patch of land. As not only do we have the 2nd Infantry Division here, 78th is up north, 2nd is here, and the 1st is basically all over the place. Kind of interesting in that. Well, what I'll do is I'll keep these guys in here, try to keep this in check. Well, I'll move towards removing those guys next. These guys are also part of Hitlerjugend. Finally, they do get to move a bit. Overwhelming. Okay. Getting rid of those guys is pretty tough work, but I think ultimately worth it. Okay. Things are still a bit of a mess here. Just intercept. We did capture this last turn, but it does mean that whatever we have here can now move. If I can block them off here, this is practically encircled. Ah, for fuck's sake. Like, really? They... also don't think that works now. It does, sweet. Because effectively it cuts off their potential retreat plan, which means that quite a large chunk of the 106th is surrounded now too. And all these encirclements are quite needed in order for me to continue moving. Even if it's only to Stavelot, Trois Ponts and Mannheim. Well, that's pretty much as far as the Germans got in that area before they were blocked. I believe they kind of went like, they did get Malmedy, but then they got stopped on this side of the river here. And it just kind of went down. I do think they might have captured Mannheim, but I'm not even sure. Maybe not. They did capture this, certainly. Probably they did capture some Rhein. It's highly likely that they did. I wonder if I have some Aufklärungstruppen. The main... Let's actually just go back to this for a sec. So... preferably, I would take them down this road. But they can get there through that way either which way. So, even though this is not great, let's do this. Huh? How? Again, this... Sometimes this shit makes no sense. Like, how did I lose again? How would you lose? Okay, so say that you have a... I mean, in this case, it's a numerical superiority of 40 to 1. But you still lose more men than they do. Like 3 to 1. How does that even make sense in any possible way? It just straight up doesn't. Like, I really don't see how you can lose so many units in that situation. Makes no fucking sense. Like nothing at all. But okay. The thing is, these are now encircled. My main problem is that... If I... If I have some recon, I might not though. Okay. In all fairness, I don't really mind the retreat. Okay. What is there? Rural village still. Yeah, what I also want to do is I want to still... Whatever force they have here, they might still try to get away over through to this side. And they do have those combat engineers. So if I want to block them, I basically have to get in between there. Well... At this point here, one of the first things what I'm looking to do, 7 medium tank Greyhound. Problem is apparently the AI still has some units there, and that means that I need to clear it out. It doesn't seem like they have very much, but I can't... just allow them to do as they please. So Need to block off all access routes. And try to get around this as well. Even though they technically don't have the road there anymore, it's still a bit of a problem. Also because the 116th is so stretched out now. I really need to get another unit in there, supposedly, like these. I mean, moving them has been somewhat of a, well, I don't want to say a nightmare, but the goal is ultimately to get them into this area, I suppose, and then potentially move them over to this area. It will still take a while. Seventh armored, huh? Okay. Why do... Oh, this is a 21, this is 15. Guess that's the reason. Not the greatest. The one thing that I would be quite pleased at doing here is surrounding these two combat engineer units from 14th Cavalry Group and 2nd Infantry. What this unit from the 2nd Infantry is doing here is beyond me. It's a... bloody shame. That I don't have anything better to move. God, the 116th is so stretched out. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not sure why that had to be so bad. Funny, I'm currently at 125 points, which would get me into Allies minor victory mode. I mean, I'd be very surprised if they would be able to escape here. I mean, technically it might be possible if they just move up, but I mean, they have to go through light forest and such. I cannot imagine it to be that great of a movement from there. Don't really... see the AI attacking just yet. I actually rather would like to go around this. I don't know what it is, but if I can encircle it, there's a chance I could destroy it. Going around it would be nice, but just straight up don't have the force. Unless I set up another Feldersatz, which I might. Or, yeah, I cannot organize an SS Kampfgruppe either way. This is interesting because now whatever they have, it will be cut off there. The next closest objective, I suppose, somewhere here. Saint Hubert is the next major objective after Bastogne. Thinking about this is the furthest point that the Germans supposedly got. I have a long way to go. It's a pretty damn long way. On the other hand, though, I guess I kind of did this part. If we do that again, it's probably like up till here, like this Rochefort line. So, I don't think it would be that bad, actually. Yeah, I think though what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna wrap things up. One thing I can do is get all of these guys to try and focus to get to Manhe. Although, yeah, you might ask yourself, what is there? Basically, if you get to Manhe, you're halfway through to the Muse. That's kind of the idea. And I do have Feel Psalm already. Getting... Yep, a reasonable amount. Right, I'm gonna wrap things up again. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. Special shout out to all my Patreon supporters who made it possible for me to make these extra videos. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.